नमः पार्वतीपतये हर 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 महादेव। नमोऽस्त्वनन्ताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादाक्षिशिरोरुबाहवे सहस्रनाम्ने पुरुषाय शाश्वते सहस्रकोटियुगधारिणे नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय गुरवे सच्चिदानन्दमूर्तये निष्प्रपञ्चाय शान्ताय निरालम्बाय तेजसे नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे शिष्यसंसारहारिणे भक्तकार्येकदेहाय नमस्ते चित्सदात्मने। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ नमो गुरुभ्यो गुरुपादुकाभ्यो नमः परेभ्यः परपादुकाभ्यः आचार्यसिद्धेश्वरपादुकाभ्यो नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यः। ह्रीङ्काररहस्ययुक्ता श्रृङ्गारगुणार्थमहाविभूत्या ओङ्कारमर्म प्रतिपादिनीभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां। होत्राग्निहोत्राग्निहवेशहोत्री होमादिसर्वा पृथिवासमानं यद्ब्रह्म तद्बोधवितारिणेभ्यः नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां। कामादिसर्प व्रजगारुणाभ्यां विवेकवैराग्यनिधिप्रदाभ्यां बोधाप्रदाभ्यां धृतमोक्षदाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। अनन्तसंसारसमुद्रतार नौकायिताभ्यां स्थिरभक्तिदाभ्यां जाड्याब्धिसंशोषणवाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ अस्य श्री गुरुगीतास्तोत्रमन्त्रस्य भगवान् सदाशिवऋषि नानाविधानि छन्दांसि श्री गुरु परमात्मा देवता हम बीजं सह शक्ति क्रोम कीलकं श्री गुरु प्रसाद सिद्ध्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः। अथ ध्यानम्। हंसाभ्यां परिवृतपत्रकमले देवे जगत्कारणे विश्वोत्कीर्णमनेकदेहनिलये स्वच्छन्दमात्मेच्छया तद्योदं वदसाम्भवं तु चरणं दीपाङ्कुरग्राहिणं प्रत्यक्षाक्षरविग्रहं गुरुपदं ध्यायेद्विभुं शाश्वतं सूत उवाच कैलासशिखरे रम्ये भक्तिसन्धाननायकं प्रणम्य पार्वती भक्त्या शङ्करं परिपृच्छति श्रीदेव्युवाच ॐ नमो देवदेवेश परात्पर जगद्गुरो सदाशिव महादेव गुरुदीक्षां प्रदेहि मे केन मार्गेण भो स्वामिन् देहि ब्रह्ममयो भवेत् त्वं कृपां कुरु मे स्वामिन् नमामि चरणौ तव ईश्वर उवाच मम रूपासि देवे त्वं त्वत्प्रीत्यर्थं वदाम्यहं लोकोपकारका प्रश्नो न केनापि कृता पुरा दुर्लभं त्रिषु लोकेषु तच्छृणुष्व वदाम्यहं गुरुं विना ब्रह्म नान्यत् सत्यं सत्यं वरानने वेदशास्त्रपुराणानि मन्त्रयन्त्रादिविद्याश्च स्मृतिरुच्चाटनादिकं शैवशाक्तगमादीनि अन्यानि विविधानि च अपसादराणिह जीवानां भ्रान्तचेतसां यज्ञं व्रतं तपोदानं जपं तीर्थं तथैव च गुरुतत्त्वमविज्ञाय मूढस्तु चरति जनः गुरुर्बुद्ध्यात्मनो नान्यत् सत्यं सत्यं न संशयः तल्लाभार्थं प्रयत्नस्तु कर्तव्यो हि मनीषिभिः गूढविद्या जगन्माया देहे चाज्ञानसम्भवा उदयो यत्प्रकाशेन गुरुशब्देन कथ्यते सर्वपापविशुद्धात्मा श्रीगुरुपादसेवनात् देहि ब्रह्म भवेद्यस्मात् त्वत्कृपार्थं वदामि ते गुरुं पादाम्बुजं स्मृत्वा जलं शिरसि धारयेत् सर्वतीर्थावगाहस्य सम्प्राप्नोति फलं नरः शोषणं पापपङ्कस्य दीपनं ज्ञानतेजसां गुरुपादोदकं सम्यक् संसारार्णवतारकम् अज्ञानमूलहरणं जन्मकर्मनिवारणं ज्ञानवैराग्यसिद्ध्यर्थं गुरुपादोदकं पिबेत् गुरुपादोदकं पीत्वा गुरोरुच्छिष्टभोजनं गुरुमूर्ते सदा ध्यानं गुरुमन्त्रं सदा जपेत् काशीक्षेत्रं तन्निवासो जाह्नवीचरणोदकं गुरुर्विश्वेश्वर साक्षात् तारकं ब्रह्म निश्चितं गुरुपादोदकं यत्तु गया सौसोक्षयो वटः तीर्थराजः प्रयागश्च गुरुमूर्त्यै नमो नमः गुरुमूर्तिं स्मरे नित्यं गुरुनाम सदा जपेत् गुरोराज्ञां प्रकुर्वीत गुरुरन्यन्यभावयेत् गुरुवक्त्र स्थितं ब्रह्म प्राप्यते तत्प्रसादतः गुरुर्ध्यानं सदा कुर्यात् कुलस्त्री स्वपतिर्यथा स्वाश्रमं च स्वजातिं च स्वकीर्ति पुष्टिवर्धनम् एतत् सर्वं परित्यज्य गुरुरन्यन्यभावये अनन्या चिन्तयन्तो मां सुलभं परमं पदम् तस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन गुरोराराधनं कुरु त्रैलोक्ये स्फुटवक्तारो देवाद्यासुरपन्नगा गुरो वक्त्रस्थिता विद्या गुरो भक्त्या दुलभ्यते गोकारस्त्वन्धकारश्च ऋकारस्तेज उच्यते रासकं ब्रह्म गुरुरेवा न संशयः गोकारः प्रथमो वर्णो मायादिगुणभासकः ऋकारो द्वितीयो ब्रह्म मायाभ्रान्तिविनाशनम् एवं गुरुपदं श्रेष्ठं देवानामपि दुर्लभम् हा हा हूः गणश्चैव गन्धर्वैश्च प्रपूज्यते ध्रुवं तेषां च सर्वेषां नास्ति तत्त्वं गुरो परम् आसनं शयनं वस्त्रं भूषणं वाहनादिकं साधकेन प्रदातव्यं गुरुसन्तोषकारकं गुरोराराधनं कार्यं स्वजीवित्वं निवेदये कर्मणा मनसा वाचा नित्यमाराधयेत् गुरुं दीर्घदण्डं नमस्कृत्य निर्लज्जो गुरु शरीरम् इन्द्रियं प्राणान् सद्गुरुभ्यो निवेदयेत् आत्मदाराधिकं सर्वं सद्गुरुभ्यो निवेदयेत् कृमिकीटभस्मविष्टा दुर्गन्धिमलमूत्रकं श्लेष्मरक्तं त्वचं मांसं वञ्चयन्नावरानने संसारवृक्षमारूढाः पतन्तो नरकार्णवे येन चैवोद्धृताः सर्वे तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः हेतवे जगतामेव संसारार्णवसेतवे प्रभवे सर्वविद्यानां सम्भवे गुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः त्वं पिता त्वं च मे माता त्वं बन्धुस्त्वं च देवता संसारप्रतिबोधार्थं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः यत्सत्येन जगत्सत्यं यत्प्रकाशेन भाति तत् यदानन्देन नन्दन्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः यस्य स्थित्या सत्यमिदं यद्भाति भानुरूपतः प्रियं पुत्रादि यत्प्रीत्या तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः यतेहिदं चित्तं चेतायते नयं जाग्रत्स्वप्नसुषुप्त्यादि तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः यस्य ज्ञानादिदं विश्वं न दृश्यं भिन्नवेदतः सदेकरूपरूपाय तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः यस्य कारणरूपस्य कार्यरूपेण भाति यत् कार्यकारणरूप तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नानारूपमिदं सर्वं न केनाप्यस्ति भिन्नता कार्यकारणता चैव तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यदङ्घ्रिकमलद्वन्द्वं द्वन्द्वतापनिवारकं तारकं सर्वदापद्भ्य तस्मै विक्रुद्धे गुरुस्त्राता गुरुक्रुद्धे शिवो नैः तस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन श्रीगुरुं वन्दे गुरुपदद्वन्द्वं वाङ्मनश्चित्तगोचरं श्वेतरक्तप्रभाविन्नं शिवशक्त्यात्मकम् ऋकारं च गुणातीतं ऋकारं रूपवर्जितं गुणातीतस्वरूपं यो दद्यात् स गुरुस्मृता आत्रिनेता सर्वसाक्षी आचतुर्बाहुरच्युता आचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा श्रीगुरो कथितो प्रिये अयं मयाञ्जलिर्बद्धो दयासागरवृद्धये हृदनुग्रहतो जन्तुश्चित्रसंसारमुक्तिभाग् श्रीगुरो परमं रूपं विवेकचक्षुषोऽमृतं मन्दभाग्यान् अन्धा सूर्योदयं यथा श्रीनाथचरणद्वन्द्वं यस्यां दिशि विराजते तस्यै दिशे नमस्कुर्यात् भक्त्या प्रतिदिनं प्रिये तस्यै दिशे सततमञ्जलिरे स आर्ये प्रक्षेप्यते मुखरितौ मधुपैर्बुधैश्च जागर्ति यत्र भगवान् गुरुचक्रवर्ती विश्वोदया प्रलयनाटकनित्यसाक्षी श्रीनाथादिगुरुत्रयं गणपतिं पीठत्रयं भैरवं सिद्धौघं वटुकत्रयं पदयुगं धूतिक्रमं मण्डलं वीरान्द्वष्टचतुष्षष्टिनवकं वीरावलीपञ्चकं श्रीमन्मालिनीमन्त्रराजसहितं वन्दे गुरुर्मण्डलम् अभ्यस्तैः सकलैः सुधिगमनिलैर्व्याधिप्रदैर्दुष्करैः प्राणायामशतैरनेककरणैः दुःखात्मकैर्दुर्जये यस्मिन्नाभ्युदिते विनाश्यति बले वायो स्वयं तत्क्षणात् प्राप्तुं तत्सहजं स्वभावमनिशं सेवत्वमेकं गुरुं स्वदेशिकस्यैव शरीरचिन्तनं भवेदनन्तस्य शिवस्य चिन्तनं स्वदेशिकस्यैव च नामकीर्तनं भवेदनन्तस्य शिवस्य कीर्तनं यत्पादरेणुकणिका कापि संसारवारिधे सेतुबन्धायते नाथं देशिकं तमुपास्महे यस्मादनुग्रहं लब्ध्वा महदज्ञानमुत्सृजेत् तस्मै श्रीदेशिकेन्द्राय नमश्चाभीष्टसिद्धये पादाब्जं सर्वसंसार दावानलविनाशकं ब्रह्मरन्ध्रे सिताम्भोज मध्यस्थं चन्द्रमण्डले अकथादित्रिरेखाब्जे सहस्रदलमण्डले हंसपार्श्वत्रिकोणे च स्मरे तन्मध्यगं गुरुं सकलभुवनसृष्टि कल्पिता शेषपुष्टिर्निखिलनिगमदृष्टे सम्पदां व्यर्थदृष्टि अवगुणपरिमाष्टिर्तत्पदार्थैकदृष्टिर् अवगुणपरमेष्टिर्मोक्षमार्गैकदृष्टिः सकलभुवनरङ्गा स्थापनस्तम्भयसि वृष्टिस्तत्त्वमाला समष्टि सकलसमयसृष्टि सच्चिदानन्ददृष्टिर्निवसतु मयि नित्यं श्रीगुरुदिव्यदृष्टि अग्निशोद्धं समन्तातु ज्वालापरीचकादिया मन्त्रराजमिमं मन्ये हर्निशं पातु मृत्युत तदेजति तन्नैजति तद्दूरे तत्समीप तदन्तरस्य सर्वस्य बाह्यतः अजोऽहमजरोऽहं च अनादिनिधनस्वयम् अविकारश्चिदानन्द अणीयान्महतो मा अपूर्वाणां परं नित्यं स्वयं ज्योतिर्निरामयं विरजं परमाकाशं ध्रुवमानन्दमव्ययम् श्रुतिप्रत्यक्षमैतीयम् अनुमानश्चतुष्टयं यस्य चात्मा तपोवेद देशिकं च सदा स्मरेत् मननं यद्भवं कार्यं तद्वदामि महामते साधुत्वं च मया दृष्टं त्वयि तिष्ठति साम्प्रतम् अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्न विराजिता पदाम्बुजः वेदान्ताम्बुजसूर्यो यत् तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण ज्ञानमुत्पद्यते स्वयं य एव सर्वसम्प्राप्तिस्तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः चैतन्यं शाश्वतं शान्तं व्योमातीतं निरञ्जनं नादबिन्दुकलातीतं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः स्थावरं जङ्गमं चैव तथा चैव चराचरं व्याप्तं येन जगत्सर्वं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ज्ञानशक्तिसमारूढस्तत्त्वमालाविभूषितः भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदाताय तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्त सर्वकर्मविदाहिने स्वात्मज्ञानप्रभावेण तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः तत्त्वं ज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मन्नाथ श्रीजगन्नाथो मद्गुरो श्रीजगद्गुरो ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरो परं मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा गुरुरादिरनादिश्च गुरुपरमदैवतं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सप्तसागरपर्यन्तं तीर्थस्नानादिकं फलं गुरुरङ्घ्रिपयो बिन्दु सहस्रांशेन दुर्लभम्। हरौरुष्टे गुरुस्त्राता गुरुरुष्टेन कश्चन तस्मात् सर्वप्रयत्नेन निगुरुं शरणं व्रजे। गुरुरेव जगत्सर्वं ब्रह्म विष्णु शिवात्मकं गुरुपरतरं नास्ति तस्मात् सम्पूजयेत् गुरुं। ज्ञानं विज्ञानसहितं लभ्यते गुरुभक्तितः गुरुपरतरं नास्ति ध्येयोऽसौ गुरुमार्गिभिः। यस्मात् परतरं नास्ति नेति नेतीति वै श्रुतिः मनसा वचसा चैव नित्यमाराधयेत् गुरुं। गुरुकृपाप्रसादेन ब्रह्म विष्णु सदाशिवा समर्था प्रभवादौ च केवलं गुरुसेवया। देवकिन्नरगन्धर्वा पितरो यक्षचारणा मुनयोऽपि न जानन्ति शुश्रूषणे विधिं। महाङ्कार तपो विद्याबलान्विता कुहरा वर्ते घटयन्त्रे यथा घटा। मुक्ता देवगन्धर्वा पितरो यक्षकिन्नरा गुरुसेवा पराङ्मुखा। ध्यानं शृणु महादेवी सर्वानन्दप्रदायकं सर्वसौख्यकरं नित्यं भुक्तिमुक्तिविधानं। श्रीमत्परब्रह्मगुरुं स्मरामि श्रीमत्परब्रह्मगुरुं वदामि श्रीमत्परब्रह्मगुरुं नमामि श्रीमत्परब्रह्मगुरुं भजामि। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं मिथ्यमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधि साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। नित्यं शुद्धं निराभासं निराकारं निरञ्जनं गुरुं ब्रह्म नमाम्यहं। हृदम्बुजे कर्णिकमध्य संस्थे सिंहासने संस्थितदिव्यमूर्तिं ध्यायेत् गुरुं चन्द्रकला प्रकाशं चित्पुस्तकाभीष्टवरं दधानं। श्वेताम्बरं श्वेतविलेपपुष्पं मुक्ताविभूषं मुदितं द्विनेत्रं वामाङ्गपीठस्थितदिव्यशक्तिं मन्दस्थितं सान्द्रकृपानिधानम्। आनन्दमानन्दकरं प्रसन्नं ज्ञानस्वरूपं निजबोधयुक्तं योगीन्द्रमीड्यं भवरोगवैद्यं श्रीमद्गुरुं नित्यमहं नमामि। यस्मिन् सृष्टे स्थिते ध्वंसा निग्रहानुग्रहात्मकं कृत्यं पञ्चविधं शाश्वत भासते तं नमाम्यहम्। प्रातः शिरसि शुक्लाब्जे द्विनेत्रं द्विभुजं गुरुं भराभययुतं शान्तं स्मरेत् तं नामपूर्वकम्। न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं शिवशासनता 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 इदमेव शिवं त्वेदमेव शिवं त्वेदमेव शिवं त्वेदमेव शिवं मम शासनतो मम शासनतो मम शासनतो मम शासनतो। एवं विधं गुरुं ध्यात्वा ज्ञानमुत्पद्यते स्वयं तत्सद्गुरुप्रसादेन मुक्तोऽहमेति भावये। गुरुदर्शितमार्गेण मनः शुद्धिं तु कारयेत् अनित्यं खण्डयेत् सर्वं यत्किञ्चिदात्मगोचरं ज्ञेयं सर्वस्वरूपं च ज्ञानं च मन उच्यते। ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं समं कुर्यान् नान्यः पन्था द्वितीयकः। एवं श्रुत्वा महादेवी गुरोनिन्दां करोति यः स याति नरकं घोरं यावच्चन्द्रदिवाकरो। यावत्कल्पान्तको देहः तावदेव गुरुं स्मरेत् गुरुलोपो न कर्तव्यः स्वच्छन्दो यदि वा भवेत्। ओङ्कारेण न वक्तव्यं प्राज्ञैः शिष्यैः कथञ्चन गुरोरग्ने न वक्तव्यम् असत्यं च कदाचन। गुरुं त्वं कृत्य गुरुं निर्जित्य वादतः अरण्ये निर्जले देशे स भवेद् ब्रह्मराक्षसः। मुनिविपन्नगैर्वापि सुरैर्वा शापितो यदि कालमृत्योभयाद्वापि गुरुरक्षति पार्वती। अशक्ता हि सुराद्यश्च अशक्ता मुनयस्तथा गुरुशापेन ते शीघ्रं क्षयं यान्ति न संशया। मन्त्रराजमिदं देवी गुरुरित्यक्षरद्वयं स्मृतिवेदार्थवाक्येन गुरु साक्षात् परं परम्। श्रुतिस्मृति अविज्ञाय केवलं गुरुसेवका ते वै सन्न्यासिना प्रोक्ता इतरे वेषधारिणा। नित्यं ब्रह्म निराकारं निर्गुणं बोधयेत्परं सर्वं ब्रह्म निराभासं दीपो दीपान्तरं यथा। गुरुकृपाप्रसादेन आत्मारामं निरीक्षयेत् अनेन गुरुमार्गेण स्वात्मज्ञानं प्रवर्तते। आब्रह्मस्तम्भपर्यन्तं परमात्मा स्वरूपकं जङ्गमं चैव प्रणमामि जगन्मयं। वन्देऽहं सच्चिदानन्दं भेदातीतं सदा गुरुं नित्यं पूर्णं निराकारं निर्गुणं स्वात्मसंस्थितं। परात्परतरं देयं नित्यमानन्दकारकं हृदयाकाशमध्यस्थं स्फटिकाप्रतिमारूपं दृश्यते दर्पणे यथा तथात्मने चिदाकारम् आनन्दं सोऽहमृत्युत अङ्गोष्ठमात्रपुरुषं ध्यायतश्चिन्मयं हृदि तत्र स्फुरति भावूयः शृणुतं कथयाम्यहम् अगोचरं तदागम्यं नामरूपविवर्तनं निःशब्दं तद्विजानीयात् स्वभावं ब्रह्म पार्वती यथा गन्धस्वभावेन कर्पूरः शीतोष्णादिस्वभावेन तदा ब्रह्म च शाश्वतम् स्वयं तथाविदो भूत्वा स्थातव्यं यत्र कुत्रचित् कीटभ्रमरवत् तत्र ध्यानं भवति तादृशम् ध्यानं तदा कृत्वा स्वयं ब्रह्ममयो भवेत् पिण्डे पदे तथा रूपे मुक्तौ सौनात्र संशया श्रीपार्वती उवाच पिण्डं किं नो महादेव पदं किं समुदारितं रूपातीतं च रूपं किम् एतदाख्यायि शङ्करम् महादेव उवाच पिण्डं कुण्डलिनी शक्ति पदं हंसमुदारितं रूपं बिन्दुरिति गेयं रूपातीतं पिण्डे मुक्ता पदे मुक्ता रूपे मुक्ता वरानने रूपातीते तु ये मुक्ता ते मुक्ता नात्र संशया यं सर्वमयो भूत्वा परं तत्त्वं विलोकयेत् परात् परात्तरं नान्यत् सर्वमेतन्निरालयम् तस्यावलोकनं प्राप्य एकाकी निःस्पृहः शान्तस्तिष्ठासि तत्प्रसादतः लब्धं वा धनलब्धं वा स्वल्पं वा बहुलं तथा निष्कामेनैव भोक्तव्यं सदा सन्तुष्टचेतसाम् सर्वज्ञपदमित्याहुर्देहि सर्वमयो बुधा सदानन्दः सदा शान्तो रमते यत्र कुत्रचित् तिष्ठै एषा पुण्यभाजनं मुक्तस्य लक्षणं देवी तव अग्रे कथितं मया उपदेशस्तथा देवी गुरुमार्गेण मुक्तिदः गुरुभक्तिस्तथा ध्यानं सकलं तव कीर्तितम् अनेन यद्भवेत् कार्यं तद्वदामि महामते लोकोपकारकं देवी लौकिकं तु न भावये लौकिकात् कर्मणो यान्ति ज्ञानहीना भवार्णवम् ज्ञानी तु भावयेत् सर्वं कर्मनिष्कर्म यत्कृतम् इदं तु भक्तिभावेन पठते शृणुते यदि लिखित्वा तत्प्रदातव्यं तत्सर्वं सफलं भवेत् गुरुगीतात्मकं देवी शुद्धतत्त्वं मयोदितं भवव्याधिविनाशार्थं स्वयमेव जपेत् सदा गुरुगीताक्षरैकं तु मन्त्रराजमिमं जपेत् अन्ये च विविधा मन्त्रा कलां नारन्ति षोडशीम् अनन्तफलमाप्नोति गुरुगीता जपेन तु सर्वपापप्रशमनं सर्वदारिद्र्यनाशनं कालमृत्युभयहरं सर्वसङ्कटनाशनं यक्षराक्षसभूतानां चोरव्याघ्रभयापहम् महाव्याधिहरं सर्वं विभूतिसिद्धिदं भवेत् अथवा मोहनं वश्यं स्वयमेव जपेत् सदा वस्त्रासने च दारिद्र्यं पाषाणे रोगसम्भवा मेदिन्यां दुःखमाप्नोति काष्ठे भवति निष्फलम् कृष्णाजिने ज्ञानसिद्धिर्मोक्षश्रीव्याघ्रचर्मणि कुशासने ज्ञानसिद्धि सर्वसिद्धिस्तु कम्बले कुशैर्वादुर्वया देवी आसने शुभ्रकम्बले गोपावेश्य ततो देवी जपेदेकाग्रमानसा ध्येयं शुक्लं च शान्त्यर्थं वश्ये रक्तासनं प्रिये अविचारे कृष्णवर्णं पीतवर्णं धनागमे उत्तरे शान्तिकामस्तु वश्ये पूर्वमुखो जपे दक्षिणे मारणं प्रोक्तं पश्चिमे च धनागमः मोहनं सर्वभूतानां बन्धमोक्षकरं भवेत् देवराजप्रियकरं सर्वलोकवशं भवेत् सर्वेषां स्तम्भनकरं गुणानां च विवर्धनं दुष्कर्मनाशनं चैव सुकर्मसिद्धिदं भवेत् असिद्धं साधयेत् कार्यं नवग्रहभयापहं दुःस्वप्ननाशनं चैव सुस्वप्नफलदायकम् सर्वशान्तिकरं नित्यं तथा वन्द्या सुपुत्रदम् अवैधव्यकरं स्त्रीणां सौभाग्यदायकं सदा आयुरारोग्यमैश्वर्यं पुत्रपौत्रप्रवर्धनं कामता त्रिविधवा जपान्मोक्षमवाप्नुयात् अवैधव्यं स कामातु लभते चान्यजन्मनि सर्वदुःखभयं विघ्नं नाशयेच्छावारकम् सर्वबाधाप्रशमनं धर्मार्थकाममोक्षदं यं यं चिन्तयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोति निश्चितं कामितस्य कामधेनु कल्पनाकल्पपादपः चिन्तामणिश्चिन्तितस्य भोगकामो जपेद्यो वै तस्य कामफलप्रदं जपेक्षाक्तस्य सौरश्च गाणपत्यश्च वैष्णवा यैवश्च सिद्धिदं देवी सत्यं सत्यं न संशयात् अध काम्या जपे स्थानं कथयामि वरानने सागरे वा सरितीरे तवा हरिहरालये भक्तिदेवालये गोष्ठे सर्वदेवालयेषु वे भटे च दातृ वृन्दावने तथा पवित्रे निर्मले स्थाने नित्यानुष्ठानतोऽपि वा निर्वेदनेन मौनेन जपमेतं समाचरे श्मशाने द्वयभूमौ तु नटमूलान्तिके तथा सिद्ध्यन्ति धौतरे मूले च्यूतवृक्षस्य सन्निधौ गुरुपुत्र वरं मूर्खात् तस्य सिद्ध्यन्ति नान्यथा शुभकर्माणि सर्वाणि दीक्षाव्रततपांसि च संसारमलनाशार्थं भवपाशनिवृत्तये गुरुगीताम्बसे स्नानं तत्त्वज्ञः कुरुते सदा स एव च गुरुसाक्षात् सदा सद्ब्रह्मवित्तमः तस्य स्थानानि सर्वाणि नेत्राणि न संशयः सर्वशुद्धः पवित्रोऽसौ स्वभावाद्यत्र तिष्ठति तत्र देवागणाः सर्वे क्षेत्रे पीठे वसन्ति आसनस्थः शयानो वा गच्छन् तिष्ठन् वदन्नपि अश्वारूढो गजारूढः सुप्तो जागरितोऽपि वा शुचिस्माश्च सदा ज्ञानी गुरुगीता जपेन तु तस्य दर्शनमात्रेण समुद्रे च यथा दोऽयं क्षीरे क्षीरं घृते घृतं भिन्ने कुम्भे यथाकाशस्तथात्मा परमात्मनि तदैव ज्ञानी जीवात्मा परमात्मानि लीयते ऐक्येन रमते ज्ञानी यत्र तत्र दिवानिशम् एवं विदो महामुक्ता वर्तते बुधः तस्य सर्वप्रयत्नेन भावभक्तिं करोति यः सर्वसन्देहरहितो मुक्तो भवति पार्वती भुक्तिमुक्तिद्वयं तस्य जिह्वाग्रे च सरस्वती अनेका प्राणिनः सर्वे गुरुगीता जपेन तु सर्वसिद्धिं प्राप्नुवन्ति भुक्तिमुक्तिं न संशयः धर्म्यं सांख्यं मयोदितं गुरुगीतात्मं नास्ति सत्यं सत्यं मरानने युगो जीव एकधर्म एकनिष्ठा परं तपः गुरोपरतरं नान्यत् नास्ति तत्त्वं गुरोपरम् माता पिता धन्यो धन्यो वंशाकुलं तथा धन्या च वसुधा देवी गुरुदत्ति सुदुर्लभा शरीरम् इन्द्रियं प्राणात् स्वजनबान्धवा माता पिता कुलं देवी गुरोरेव न संशयः नाकल्पजन्मनां कोट्या जपा व्रता तपक्रिया तत्सर्वं सफलं देवी गुरो सन्तोषमात्रता विद्या तपो बलेनैव अन्धभाग्या च ये नरा ब्रह्म विष्णु महेशाश्च देवर्षि पितृकिन्नरा सिद्धचारणयक्षाश्च अन्येऽपि मुनयो जना गुरो भाव परं तीर्थं पादाङ्गुष्ठं स वर्तते जपेन जयमाप्नोति चानन्तफलमाप्नुयात् येन कर्मं त्यजन् सर्वं तानानि च धमानि च जपं हीनासनं कुर्वन् येन कर्मफलप्रदं गुरुगीता प्रयाणेव सङ्ग्रामे रिपुसङ्कटे जपं जयमवाप्नोति मरणे मुक्तिदायकं सर्वकर्म च सर्वत्र गुरुपुत्र रहस्यं नो वाच्यं तवाग्रे कथितं मया सोगोप्यं च प्रया मम त्वं च प्रिया तुति स्वामी मुख्य गणेशादि विष्णुवादीनां च पार्वती मनसापि न वक्तव्यं सत्यं सत्यं वदाम्यहम् अतीव पक्वचित्ताय श्रद्धाभक्तियुताय च प्रवक्तव्यमिदं अभक्ते वञ्चके धूर्ते पाखण्डे नास्तिके नरे मनसापि न वक्तव्यं कदाचन संसारसागरसमुद्धरणैकमत्रं ब्रह्मादिदेवमुनिपूजितसिद्धमन्त्रम् हरेद्रदुःखभवरो अविनाशमन्त्रम् वन्दे महाभयहरं गुरुराजमन्त्रम् इति श्रीस्कन्दपुराणे उत्तरखण्डे ईश्वरपार्वतीसंवादे गीता समाप्त। श्रीगुरुदेव चरणार्पणमस्तु। नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे शेषसंसारहारिणे भक्तकार्ये कदेहाय नमस्ते चित्सदात्मने निर्वासनं निराकाङ्क्षं सर्वदोषविवर्जितं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् निर्ममं निरहङ्कारं समलोष्टात्मकान् समदुःखसुखं धीरम् हृदिनाशिनमात्मानम् एवं विज्ञाय तत्त्वतः वीतरागभयक्रोधं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् नाहं देहो न मे देहो जीवो नाहमहमि चित् एवं विज्ञाय सन्तुष्टम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् समस्तं कल्पनामात्रम् आत्मा मुक्तः सनातनः इति विज्ञाय सन्तृप्तं नित्यानन्दं नमामि ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं कामसङ्कल्पवर्जितं योपादेयहीनं तं अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् यो योगी सुवं भोगं न वाञ्छति यदृच्छालाभसन्तुष्टं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् नैव निन्दाव्रसन्ताभ्यां यस्य विक्रियते मनः आत्मक्रीडं महात्मानम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् नित्यं जाग्रदवस्थायां स्वप्नवद्योऽवतिष्ठति निश्चिन्तं चिन्मयात्मानं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् द्वेषं नास्ति प्रियं नास्ति नास्ति यस्य शुभाशुभं भेदज्ञानविहीनं तम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् जडं पश्यति नो यस्तु जगत् पश्यति चिन्मयम् नित्ययुक्तं गुणातीतं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् यो हि दर्शनमात्रेण भवति भुवनत्रयम् सर्वपूज्यं सदा पूर्णम् अखण्डानन्दविग्रहं स्वप्रकाशं चिदानन्दं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम् निष्कलं निष्क्रियं शान्तं निर्मलं परमामृतं गणेशपुरीवासिनम् अवधूतं नमाम्यहम् योगपूर्णं तपोमूर्तिं प्रेमपूर्णं सुदर्शनं ज्ञानपूर्णं कृपामूर्तिं नित्यानन्दं नमाम्यहम्। दुर्जनः सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जनः शान्तिमाप्नुयात् शान्तो मुच्येत बन्धेभ्यो मोक्षाचान्यान् विमोचये। स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः। गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः। सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। सर्वस्तरतु दुर्गाणि सर्वो भद्राणि पश्यतु। सर्वकामान् अवाप्नोतु सर्वत्र नन्दतु। स्वस्ति मातरौ पित्रो अस्तु स्वस्ति गोभ्यो जगते पुरुषेभ्यः। विश्वं सुभूतं सुविधात्रं नस्तु योगे वदृशे मत्सूर्यम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरु पर की। आरती करूं गुरु पर की। आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरु पर की। आरती करूं गुरु पर की। जय गुरुदेव अमल अविनाशी ज्ञान रूप अंतर के वासी। जय गुरुदेव पग पग पर देते प्रकाश जैसे किरण दिन कर की। आरती करूं गुरु पर की। आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरु पर की। आरती करूं गुरु पर की। जब से शरण तुम्हारे आए अमृत से मीठे फल पाए। तब से शरण तुम्हारे शरण तुम्हारे क्या है छाया कल्प वृक्ष तरुवर की। आरती करूं गुरुवर की। आरती करूं सदा गुरु की करूं सदा गुरु के प्यारे गुरुवर की। आरती करूं गुरुवर की। ब्रह्म ज्ञान के पूर्ण प्रकाशक योग ज्ञान के अटल प्रवर्तक। ब्रह्म ज्ञान के पूर्ण जय गुरु चरण सरोज मिटा दे व्यथा हमारे और की आरती करूं गुरु जी आरती करूं सदा गुरु की करूं सदा गुरु के प्यारे गुरु की आरती करूं गुरु के अंधकार से हमें निकाला दिखला क्या है हमारा उजाला अवते जाने जान रहे थे काक सुनो दर की आरती करूं गुरु वर की आरती करूं सदा गुरु की करूं सदा गुरु के प्यारे गुरु आरती आरती करूं गुरु के संशय मिटावे विवेक कराय भवसागर से पार लंघाया मिटा विवेक कराया भवसागर से अमर प्रदीप जलाकर कर दे दूर तन की आरती करूं गुरु आरती करूं सदगुरु की सदगुरु के प्यारे गुरु मर की आरती करूं वेदों बेच अभेद बताया आवागमन विमुक्त कराया बीच वेद बताया धन्य हुए हम पाकर दारा ब्रह्म ज्ञान निरंतर की आरती करूं गुरुवर आरती करूं सदगुरु की करूं गुरु के प्यारे गुरु पर की आरती करूं गुरु पर की कृपा सदा गुरु जगतारण सतपथ दर्शक भ्रांति निवार करो कृपा सदा गुरु जग जय हो नित्य ज्योति देख लाने वाले लीला धर की आरती करूं गुरुवर की आरती करूं सदगुरु के करूं सदगुरु की प्यारे गुरु हर की आरती करूं गुरुवर की नित्यानंद सदगुरु दाता शक्तिपात के दिव्य प्रदाता मुक्तानंद सदगुरु दाता शक्तिपात कर के वात गणेश पुरे बाबा वादा करली जन की आरती करूं गुरुवर की आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु के प्यारे गुरुवर की आरती करूं गुरुवर की। ॐ चैतन्यं शाश्वतं शान्तं व्योमातीतं निरञ्जनं नादबिन्दु कलातीतं तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।
So we'll take a moment to come into this space as Larry began with asana, seated comfortably on your seat, whether it's on the floor or on the chair. Just allowing yourself to become grounded, present in this space, remaining aware, remaining conscious, not allowing the body and mind to go to sleep, no brain fog. So just stretch both your arms up, awaken yourself, reach out to the sky, lift up from the waist, from the navel, from the abdomen. Just stretch, exhale, inhale, let go of all of your concepts for the next hour. So you have space to maybe take in an idea or two. Allowing the arms to drop down to shoulder level, mindful of your neighbor. Tap them, wake them up. Embrace the universe. All that which exists in this universe that we live in. Connect. Bring the hands, the fingers in front of your own heart. Pressing them into each other, raising the elbows so they're at level. Taking a moment to offer gratitude, to offer salutations to your own self. Connect to that consciousness that dwells within your own being, to that consciousness that dwells everywhere in everything. Bow your head to your own hands, to your own heart, to your own being, to your own self. Once again, offering salutations to all that which is in this universe. Allow for a moment to feel that throb, spanda, vibration. Feel the joy, the love, the ecstasy. Namaste. Good morning once again. As I have thought of this entire week and thought about this topic, after the last intensive, maybe a month ago, I began this document. And as I put the title up in the file as Balancing Traditional and Modern Values, but then when I began typing, I saw that I wrote Traditional Thought, Contemporary Thinking. I thought, oh, interesting, you know. Whereas when we had come up with the titles back in August, it was Balancing Traditional and Modern Values. And then when the document got prepared, it said Traditional Thought, Contemporary Thinking. So maybe along the lines of what Larry said, if you want new ideas, look in an ancient book. So that's what I have today, is 2 ancient books and 2 modern books. So I'd like to begin with a mantra from the Vedas, which is Dyauhu Shantirandavikshagum Shantihi Prithivi Shantirapah Shantirokhadayah Shantihi Vanaspatayah Shantirvishve Deva Shantir Brahma Shantihi Sarvagum Shantireva Shantihi Sama Shantiredi. The sage makes a prayer. Or in our modern day terms, we could say makes a wish. And the prayer is, may the celestial world be at peace. May the ether be at peace. May the earth be at peace. May water be at peace. May the herbs that we take be at peace. May the vegetables that we eat be at peace. May everything that's in this creation be at peace. May the Creator be at peace. May there be peace. May there be peace. May there be peace everywhere. May I be at peace. So whenever this was written, the sage at that time realized that only I cannot be at peace. Simply, I, the individual solamente, right, Spanish, cannot be at peace. Everyone. And our society, if it wants to think about change, has to first come to this concept and understanding that it's not about being selfish, which is how, when I think of where I find myself in this society, it's not about may everything be at peace, it's just about how can I be at peace. So if all of the problems, situations we find taking place in this society, it is simply because we have untied ourselves from everything. For those of you who believe and understand the cellular level, when I am upset, the other cells are upset. When the other cells are upset, I am upset. Because the cell doesn't distinguish like we distinguish. It is connected at that cellular level. So when Larry said, the young man asked the question, what did that monk or holy man achieve? My answer to that, he's achieved so much that we don't even know what he's achieved. And the only answer I give to this is, being a young teenager of maybe 16 years old with Baba Muktananda and wondering to myself, have I made the right choice of leaving everything in the world and coming to be with the Guru? All I saw was people who had everything in the world that the material world offered were sitting at his feet. So I thought, even if I understand just this much, here's somebody who has everything that money can buy, is hanging out with a sadhu. So then I've made the right choice. Because he has something which they all want. Now the only thing I have to do is figure out, what is that something? What is that something? I don't know if I have an answer, but the fact that here we are 40 plus years later or 50 plus years later still doing what we are doing, that means we may not have intellectually understood it. Because the Upanishads say, Yenahul manomatam. The mind cannot understand it. It cannot be understood by the mind, because the mind is only able to think because of the existence of that consciousness. Yan manasa na manute. The mind can't even go there. So while we are trying intellectually to understand what is it that I want to understand, somewhere we have to realize that I have to let go of the mind in order to understand. Tadeva tvam brahma vidhi. The Upanishad, the sage says, know that to be the absolute. So, I've tried to understand myself to understand, to explain to you what is it that I wish to share. It's not easy, but we will make an attempt. We will see what is possible. So we have 2 sessions, and in these 2 sessions, I'm going to download these 4 books into you. The connection is, I think, pretty good. That's what I meant. Exactly. Arthur. Devani says we have the best possible Wi-Fi in our area. And so I got a letter from a wonderful person who said something that I thought fit in what we want to go. It's wonderful when people still write, you know. Gail is one of them. And I collect these letters because I think, I don't know when it will die as an art of writing. So, he's talking about taking care of his 96-year-old mom and 99-year-old dad. And he says it's a real lesson in the relationship between self-effort and grace. Let me tell you. So why I brought this was I liked, I read it to Devyani this morning somewhere. I'm wondering all the times when we cannot experience bliss and have to deal with the brass tacks, you understand? Tax, T-A-C-K-S, of everyday existence. I love that. Because I always love the notice board and I always love putting up notice on the notice board and the push pins. So I thought, so life is the notice board on which notices get posted. And then the brass tasks and tax both, I think, right? And then, of course, he goes on to write more that he said, you would think that there are certain depths that should be left alone. For now, I have to keep my hands on the steering wheel and the car in the middle of the lane. And I put this to life, that I have to keep my hands on the steering wheel and be in the middle of the lane. So far, so good? What did you understand? Oh, Rick's here. Oh. We have a course that we are putting together. Hopefully in the next year or so, we should have it online, in person. We have had a magazine called Siddhamag. And the magazine stopped, I don't know, a year or 2 ago. And it became a book. And so I thought I'd quickly read to you all the things that that magazine covered over the few years that it existed. And just to give you an idea of traditional thought, and then we'll come to the contemporary thinking. So traditional thought is, the answer is found where the question arises, fully present, balanced, self-aware, dime in your color, seeing all as the one self, and on and on, or allow the process to happen naturally. The elixir of pure love, that which you already have, just dive in. Be free, a magnanimous heart. Remain connected at all times. A great way to live life. Prostrate fully. How much effort are you willing to make? Walk the path the Guru is given. Just be who you are. Non-violence and truthfulness. Enjoy the play of consciousness. That's volume 1, and more, of course, in there. And these are all just titles that the editor has put together from the talks. Become empty. The city of 9 gates. Have you been to the city of 9 gates?
Yes.
Everyone? Huh? No? The Mexicans want to know, ¿dónde? ¿Dónde? Sí. The Gita says, Navadvara Pure Dehi. City of 9 gates. You don't know? La. Cuerpo, sí. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? 2 ears, 2 eyes, 2 nose. The mouth, I think, is more than 1. But in this counting, it's only 1, and where you pee and where you shit. This is the city we live in. The 8 limbs of yoga, the yamas, niyamas, immersed in the mantra, I am not the cuerpo, right? I am not the body. Then who am I? Knowledge comes from within. The best is to be quiet. That takes a long time. See, I haven't gotten there yet. Equal vision, compassion, forgiveness, straightforwardness. How do I become free? Live the truth. Don't become the soap. Now, Rick, tell me this. Don't become the soap. Because even I had to look her up. Somewhere along the way, I talked about the washing machine.
Maybe the gossiper, because when you gossip, you're really cleaning other people.
Rick is not straight. Anyway, I looked it up and it says the washing machine and the cloth in the washing machine. You know, there's the rinse cycle, there's the agitation cycle, there's the wash cycle, there's the water, there's the soap, and there's the cloth, which goes through all of this. So this is life. You know, life has a rinse cycle, life has an agitation cycle, life has, and there is water, and there is soap, and the cloth remains. We will say, okay, gets cleaned. So do we get cleaned through all of these cycles. The state of indifference, ritual is a part of life where the goddess dwells. You are not alone. Salutations to the goddess. What are you going to offer? The world is as you see it. Where did you put your umbrella? A disciple after 20 years thinks he needs to upgrade to the next teacher. So he walks from his teacher currently to his new teacher. When he arrives to the new teacher, it's been raining outside. So when he walks in and he prostrates and he says, I have come to study, the Guru asks him, so which side did you put the umbrella? Left side or right side of the door? He looks at him like, does that matter? The Guru says, when you don't even know on which side of the door you've placed your umbrella, you're not ready for me. The mind's true nature, be that drop of honey, the veil of illusion from darkness to light. May I never forget you. You are blessed, the outlook of Shiva. I am that, a natural practice, responsibility, cooperation, adaptability. The river doesn't drink its own water. Give what you want to get. Ripen as you age. 3 qualities of giving. Become steady, become holy, which is real. Baba's message. Rewind the tape of life. Soft as butter, the salt doll. Not the doer, discipline and dedication. The 4 means, the 60 qualities. These are by Swami Shivananda. There is nothing that is not consciousness. Don't go looking for this book because it's not come yet. This is just the proof. But I guess it will be out, right, Devyani, shortly. So that is, when you think of traditional thought. And I want to share that I was born in Mumbai, brought up in Mumbai, spent most of our vacations with Baba Muktananda in the ashram in the year 1978. Joined him, traveled to Singapore, to Australia, and then 3.5 years here in the United States. So this topic or this thought comes with 41 years of struggle. It's not like when he said give an idea, give a thought, or give a title, and here it is. It's probably something that's been brewing inside over the 40 plus years of first living with Baba Muktananda here in the United States. And then, of course, he was a very traditional Indian monk. And here was this teenager hanging out with all these fellas, men who probably tried it in the washing machine to agitate me, to wash me, to put the soap over me. And then I had to stay steady to the Siddha tradition, to the Siddha Marg, and to realize that I cannot be swayed by any of these things, because at the end of the day, I have to report to Muktananda. And every day that I had to go with Larry around 3 p.m., every 24 hours, I always felt like I was presenting myself to him in the midst of my washing cycle. Of course, we met him in the morning, we met him in the afternoon, and when we met him in the evening, because morning I had breakfast with him. Not exciting at all. It was bitter melon, sprouted fenugreek. I don't know if you ever had it, and never had it, then have it. You'll understand. And that too, bitter melon with sweet seeds. He thought that was the healthiest breakfast. Anyway, and then in the evenings, I was just sharing the other day with Dana and Mark. On the third tour, one of the things that he made me do, especially when we were in Miami, it got into him that memorize the Bhagavad Gita. 700 verses, 2.5 hours. And that's what I did for the whole time we were in Miami. And every day I would say, how long does it take? I said, 2.5 hours. He goes, I do it in 1.5 hours. And I thought in my mind, there is no way you can do that chant in 1.5 hours. But I sat and I thought, okay, if a 72-year-old man thinks that I can do it in 1.5 hours, I was only 16 and some months, maybe 17, I thought I got to be able to do it. So I took up the challenge and I sat there every day, 18 chapters, 700 verses, like yes. I think I came closest to was 1 hour and 50 minutes, 1.50. So, and then he said, so how long? I said 150. He said, that's very good. And I knew that there's no way that it'd go to 1.5. But I always think that the elders always push you, which we in our modern society think that that's cruel. Because if they don't push us, then we will stay where we are and be lazy. So in the midst of all of that, one day in the evening, he looked at me. I was sitting on his left side where Divyani is saying, and he said, and that verse, he was in the midst of his talk, and he said, and that verse. I'm like, and out of me came this verse, Pashyan, Shunvan, Spashan, Jignan, Ashnan, Gachan, Swapan, Sashan. I myself became a witness to my mouth saying this verse. When the satsang finished, I ran up. I said, I got to chant the Bhagavad Gita to find where is this verse. It's in the 5th chapter. And of course, my teacher then was Amma, Swami Prajnananda, who was sitting across like where Madhu is. I was here and he looked at her and applauded her that she had done a good job as the teacher. And for all of you who think that we must be self-gratified, like applauded, I tell people, it's only when you make a mistake that the elder tells you you are off. Otherwise, no news is good news. Because we are always looking for somebody to pat on our back and say, good job, good job, good job, you've done very well. And I think it's a waste of time. Because if you know within yourself you are doing a good job, for 40 years later, if I can remember that evening in Miami, and still have a joyous feeling associated with it. And every time we sing the Srimad Bhagavad Gita and that verse comes, I think of that day, that evening, that moment. And so I think to myself, I repeat to myself, that is the congratulations that you get again and again and again when you've done a good job. So the stress in traditional thought is do well in life. That there exists no other choice but to do well. Sri Ramakrishna, the guru of Swami Vivekananda, says the world is water and the mind milk. If you pour milk into water, they become one. You cannot find the pure milk anymore. But turn the milk into curd and churn it into butter. Then when that butter is placed in water, it will float. So practice spiritual discipline in solitude and obtain the butter of knowledge and love. Even if you keep that butter in the world of the world, the two will not mix. The butter will float. I love this because I thought, if we could just understand how to churn butter in life. I know many of you would not have seen that. You can go to YouTube and find it. And the simple way to find it is say, making ghee the Vedic way. Making ghee the Vedic way. You'll find it. Because that's how butter should be made, not the butter we buy today. Because that butter doesn't cause fat in the heart. That ghee doesn't cause fat in the heart. And so when I think of this, even in our life today, and I think for all those who complain that traditional thought doesn't work, that we are now modern, I say it's because you have not understood what traditional thought wishes to convey. And about a month ago, our Acharya, Swami Vishwakanandaji Maharaj, came to Shanti Mandir Magud on the full moon of October. It was Baba Muktananda's lunar Mahasamadhi day, and he just happened to be in Valsad that day, and so he came to the ashram. And so when talking about Swami Nityananda, he said, your Swami is as traditional as he is modern. And when somebody wrote me that, I thought, oh wow, pretty good. My topic next intensive is this. So at least one elder Swami thinks of me in this way. It's not that we meet each other all the time or that we spend a lot of time together, but whatever little he's seen of me, whatever he's heard of me from others. And it is the marriage that's important. And so when I say to you 41 years of this, because I became Swami Chinanda in 1980, the same year Divyani joined the ashram. So imagine at a very young age, donning these robes here in the Western world, and as a young child told his mom, look at the man wearing a skirt. And going through all of the vrittis of the mind, the thought processes of the mind, and to ask yourself, how do I feel in these robes? What should I portray to the world when the world looks at me? In the early days, I traveled with all of my ritualistic paraphernalia before 9/11. I had my bell, I had my incense, I had my lighter, I had my little Ganesha, I had my Sri Yantra, I had the feet of the gurus and all of my books, and it was okay. It didn't, they didn't bother. They went through the X-ray machine. But when I went through JFK after 9/11, one day the lady took everything and went, I need to do this. She said, just to make sure. Are you with the Dalai Lama? He was just here a couple of days ago. I said, well, it's a long story. Who is the Dalai Lama and who am I? Because I thought, how do I in 2 minutes tell her? And she said, no, you have to explain to me. You still have a few minutes before your flight. Because I couldn't ask the Dalai Lama. So I said, okay, we both do the same thing, but we are from different traditions. He's Buddhist, I'm Hindu. And then she wanted more. So I said, okay, I'll get back to you. Where did I say this? I was traveling, traditional. Yes. So, over time then, when I went back to India, I thought to myself, I cannot take all this with me. I still need to connect and do my daily prayers, daily, what I do every day. But I can't take this because there's no way the human in me would love it when they do this to your, thing that you think is divine consciousness. So I set them all up at Magod, set what I have here, and I said to them, okay, you stay where you are, I'll travel. But I will connect every single day to wherever you are placed. And it's just been wonderful over the last 20 years to shift the thought process again. And it's not, it only happens once. I would say it's a constant process. The Dalai Lama, speaking of him, says, open your arms to change, but don't let go of your values. Open your arms to change, but don't let go of your values. And this is what we often tend to do. Because we think, I want to fit into this society. I want to fit into this world. And therefore, I have to let go of something. But I think if you firmly believe in what you believe in, and that's what I find over the years of having lived and traveled and doing this, established in that which Muktananda gave us, and that which was given to him before. We sing every day in the evening arati, Narayanam Padma Bhavam Vasishtam Shaktincha Tatputra Parasrayancha Vyasam Shukam Gaura Padam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Mathasya Sishyam Shri Shankaracharyam Mathasya Padma Padam Chahasta Malakancha Sishyam Tam Totakam Vartika Karamanyat Asmad Gurum Santato Manatosmi. Now, could you have sung that? Because on the trip to Virginia, I said to Niteshwari, a verse taken out of context should ring in here. And she looked at me and said, which verse? I said, any verse, because we sing this every single day in the evening arati. But what we do, we just take our book and we become a tape recorder. We just sing there. We don't realize that I need to take those words in and realize, what is he saying? Narayanam, which is the Lord, which is that divinity. From that, all of the various sages have been named, up to Adi Shankara. And then his 4 disciples, whom he placed around in the 4 mathas, in the 4 institutions that he created. And from that, we are. So if I travel and a sadhu who knows will ask, what is your jog part? What is, like, you are asked your social security number, you ask for your driver's license, you ask for your passport, what is your identity? So when you are a sadhu, a sannyasin, you are also given an identity. So you become Swami, which is the title, you get the name, which is Nityananda, and then you get what you call the family name. In my case, it's Saraswati. And then who does Or where do you belong when you are Saraswati? So we have all those things, a piece of paper that the Guru gives us at the time that you're supposed to memorize. So if anybody asks you, you boom, 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 tell them, and they go, okay. So when people think that we are not organized, we are way organized. The only thing is, we have been an oral tradition. Written is only happening now. And I think that if we want to change education in the world, anywhere, this whole tradition of what is called in the Indian tradition as Guru Shishya Parampara needs to take place. I would say we have here Roots and Wings, a little enrichment program as they call it, where children come Monday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. What they do there, I don't know. But I met Gail and Robert in the forest the other day. And I walk that forest often, but I had not looked probably to the right or to the left, depending on which direction you're going. So Gail said, let me show you something. You want to see? I said, sure. I want to see what's happening in the forest. Because I thought, what does Gail see that I don't see? So she said, go that way and look. These young children, I'm sure with the help of some adults, had created a, what would you call it, a teepee? Not a teepee, really. Huh? A fort. Okay. It's a fort? Fort, okay. And Gail told me you can go in and sleep. I went in, but I don't think, she was going to go sleep that night. Did you? No. She imagined anyway that she could go and sleep. But these are children who are exposed to nature. The forest, the trees, the leaves. And you meet them, you talk to them. They have no fear of talking to you on any subject. You meet a child from a classroom, and I know this because I experienced this at Shanti Mandir Magod, because we run an English medium school called Sharda Prabha. The children who live with us at the ashram, you put them on stage and you just tell them, sing. And they sing. And they actually have to tell them, stop. Whereas, when we get a child that comes from Valsad city, the teacher has to announce, don't laugh, don't clap. He is nervous, or she is nervous. And he might just wilt and run away. So when you think and ask, what is the difference between these two traditions? The Guru empowers you. As much as our modern day society thinks that the Guru takes your power away because you surrender to him, I think you are wrong in that understanding. And if, for those of us who have survived these 50 years together despite our like and dislike of each other, okay? It's not a hunky-dory relationship. Right, Devani? She's closed her eyes. No comments. Okay. That's the best way to resolve a relationship. But the Dalai Lama says, if we lose our human values by having everything mechanized, then machines will dictate our lives. This is what we are doing today. It's good. Baba Muktananda was very clear. He said the machine is only smart as the human who made it. So remember that you will always be that conscious one who will have to fix the machine when it doesn't work. And I love this, what I found. Wrong is wrong even if everyone is doing it. Wrong is wrong even if everyone is doing it. Right is right even if no one is doing it. Because people sometimes tell me, everybody's doing it. That's the excuse I get. That's what everyone else is doing. So I say, well, then you be the example. They say, but how can I? And so when I said earlier that the challenge was to be a Swami in orange robes, shaved head, marks on yourself, beads in the midst of other 1,000 people in their torn jeans, which they think is fashionable. And their torn clothes, and then to have fully dressed yourself. And Baba Muktananda is very clear. When you step out of your space, you have to look the best you can. Which, again, in our modern society, we are confused on. Torn clothes cost more money. And growing up, we paid for them to be darned. Darn it, you know. So, and today, people pay money for torn clothes. So that's modern, that's traditional. So I tell people sometimes, I say, why do you even bother wearing? Because they're always like, you know, women are like. So I say, why do you even bother? If you know that that's what's happening, you were born without clothes. And seriously, I mean, this is something to think about as much as we are laughing and you might think I'm being funny and all of that, but I think it's something to ponder over. What have we done to this society today that we live in? We're complaining. We're complaining to who? We are responsible ourselves. The Gita is very clear. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya. Trayate mahato bhayat. Just follow a little bit of the teachings that the Guru has given. A little bit. Swalpamasi. Trayate mahato bhayat. A lot of fear will just go away. A lot of fear will just go away just by following a little bit of the teachings. And I ponder over this shloka. It's only one half. That all I have to do is a little bit and so much of the fear will go away. So, all these things I read to you from the Siddhamad. And of course, there's a lot more if you want, but even if you just take the essence of it and start, first of all, waking up in the morning before sunrise. That's modern society's biggest challenge. Wake up before sunrise. Ramana Maharshi says all those who wake up after sunrise are demons. Not me. Not me in both ways. I wake up before sunrise and I'm not saying that. I tell this to people for those who think that sleeping in will make me feel rested. No, go to bed early around sunset. Sleep those 12 hours and wake up in the morning before 5 o'clock, you will feel rested. Because that's how nature works. Nature has a cycle and we are part of that nature. For all of you who are sick, with especially the name autoimmune disease, any Ayurvedic doctor or Chinese doctor will tell you that it is simply a sickness that the modern doctor has not understood. And so therefore, the simplest name to give it to that sickness is autoimmune disease. And don't challenge me, because this is just what I've heard from my practitioners. So what will they tell you, whether it's the Ayurvedic doctor or the Chinese doctor, whether it is the new herbal doctors? and so on and so forth, they'll say, start to look at your lifestyle. So when I thought of this whole thing, I thought, okay, what is it that Baba Muktananda gave us? When we traveled celebrating his 100th birthday from the year 2007 and 2008, I shared with everybody what this Guru, what the sages have given us is a lifestyle. And so we become healthy, we think, because of the teachings, because of the practice. Yes, but then think of how you have changed yourself. So you wake up before sunrise and you use that time when nature is quiet to quieten yourself, to become still, to become peaceful, to be at peace. In the early days, we would go to the stream here, we go to the river, you take a bath. All of that which is in that stream, in that nature, helps you become cleansed and become purified from all of that which you have done in the night. For all those who think, I take a bath and go to sleep and I wake up, I don't need to take a bath. While you've been sleeping for those 6 to 8 hours, all of your organs have been cleansing. And I'm sure I've never looked up, but Google would have the hours of your liver cleansing and of your kidney cleansing and of your different organs cleansing. And so therefore, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing that the traditional doctor will tell you is you need to go eliminate. And because we don't eliminate, that's the one reason that causes sickness, because it's the sewer line is blocked up. Rota needs to be called inside your system, which we call enema. Or in the Ayurvedic, they do it the other way also. So for all of this, there is no need to complain that nature is against me. No, nature is not at all against you. Nature is with you. Nature works with you, whether it's a full moon, whether it's a new moon, whether it's a sun or whatever it is. It is you who need to work with nature. So our modern day human being has to understand that I am sick not because of anything that's happening outside, it's because of what I am doing to myself. And we all act as if I am never going to die. Anybody that I meet. Correct? Some are at least nodding their heads that you're right, I'm not going to die. What makes you think I'm going to die? I'm going to be here forever. None of us is going to be here forever. And our tradition says even the sun god, even the moon, even all of these deities that we see that are managing this universe, they also go through change. But because we don't know, we don't see them, we don't understand them, we are not aware of it. So everything in this universe, that which is born will die, that which dies will be reborn. And that's the cycle that goes about. Anand Mahima says, every human being has a claim to some measure of respect and support from each other. No one should think that he is of greater importance for the maintenance of order in the universe than anyone else. So each one of us is responsible for where we find ourselves today. Each one of us is responsible for where we find society. We can't say that's what's become of society. Then I ask people, then where are you from? If that's what's become of society, then where are you from? Are you living in some other planet that I haven't been to yet? I thought you were living on this earth just like I am. So let's inquire. Let's ask some questions. Let's put some thought into what is traditional thought and how can I bring that traditional thought into this contemporary life. And we are not the first ones to have this situation. You read Plato, you read Socrates, you read Aristotle, you will find they all discuss these things in their time. It is not unique to where we find ourselves today. Society has been this way at all times, things fighting with each other. And so what is tradition? Tradition is concerned about what kind of person one is becoming through one's habitual activity. So as we go about doing what we do every day in life. So for traditional ethics, the moral task of life is to develop the right kind of habits that will lead to a flourishing life. So when you read the Vedas, when you read the Upanishads, you will find that, I tell people, the scriptures don't tell us to renounce anything. They tell us enjoy life. But how to enjoy life while not only you, but everyone else also flourishes. Modern ethics is only concerned with whether or not an individual act violates a specific ethical norm. For modern ethics, the moral task of life is to conform to a set of ethical rules. You understand the subtle difference that is being talked about here. The traditional believes in the wholeness, in the complete. So when we again talk about Ayurveda or Chinese medicine, they don't just look at your one thing that's hurting or one thing that's in pain or one thing that's suffering. They ask you many questions. They want to get to the root of the cause. Whereas when you go to modern medicine, he says, oh, this is hurting, okay, this is because of this, here, take this pill for another 10 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and come back to me. If it doesn't work, we'll give you a new prescription. And basically, from what I have understood, is that it only numbs you, only numbs you. So it dumbs and numbs you so that the 2 weeks go by and that pain doesn't really go away. You have gotten used to the pain. Whereas tradition wants to look at the whole and ask you so many things. When do you wake up? When do you go to sleep? What do you do during the day? Are you hurting anybody? Are you causing pain? Are you suffering within yourself? Is there something, some underlying emotion that you're not discussing? Not easy. Because now that means I have to place myself completely in the hands of the practitioner. And I always say, such practitioners have to be just as much a yogi. Not just somebody who practices medicine for money. He is or she is not only worried about himself or herself, but they're worried about flourishing life. That life, you and me, every one of us, must flourish. Whereas what we do in the modern day is we say, okay, these are the rules and these are the rules we shall live by. And if you break these rules, then you're out. So when King Akbar is one day asked, who is greater? When King Akbar asks Birbal one day, who is greater, God or me? So Birbal looks at him and he says, Akbar, you are greater than God. So Birbal's enemies tell Akbar, he's lying. Ask him, how is that? Birbal says, very simple, Jahan Panda. When you are angry, you tell them, get out of Delhi, get out of my kingdom. When God gets angry, what can he say? It's his own creation. And anywhere he sends the person to or the individual to, it's his creation. So when we think of traditional and modern, this is the difference. Traditional, wholeness, complete. We sing the mantra every day, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. It comes from the whole. What comes from the whole is whole. What comes from complete is complete. What is left, or whatever the part is, the part itself is also complete because it has come from complete. And when it finally merges back, it's also complete. And Larry was talking about an astrophysicist. I remember that, I don't know his name now. He came to meet Baba Muktanand, I think 1978 in South Fallsburg. When he gave a talk, he talked about this mantra, Om Purnamada Purnamidam. He says, science hasn't reached here to understand this thought. Virat was his Indian name. Virat was his Indian name. And he couldn't get over the fact that here was the Upanishads saying this mantra. That which comes from whole is whole, will always be whole. So that means each one of us, according to this mantra, is whole, is complete. There is nothing lacking, there is nothing not there within us. I'll wind up in a couple of minutes, okay? I got to get somewhere so I can get to the next session in the afternoon. So, you're still okay, right? Nobody has to run to the loo or something like that. So, otherwise you're sitting there like, God, I'm going to burst any moment. The 32nd President of the United States. Who was that? I wouldn't know either. FDR. Franklin D. Roosevelt, right? Is that correct? Not bad, see? The test of progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have too little. The test of progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who already have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have too little. We sing a prayer which we just sang, Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. May all beings be content. And our scriptures and sages tell us again and again and again. I don't know how many of you read the story from a year or two ago from Seattle, Washington, it is, where an employer decides to cut his own salary and share what he's earning with others. And then COVID happened and he thought they would sink. But they survived. Because already all his employees or people working with him began to believe in him. And because they believed in him, they all were able to swim. And his idea was, young people are working for me. They need homes. They need to create a family. This is the thought process. We need our society to come to. One person doing this in one remote northwestern part of the United States is not enough. Some lady in Carolina started Karma Cafe. I've been trying to create this concept. Paula's listening. Karma Cafe. People are like, no, it's not going to work. No, it's not going to. I said, well, we have to try. Then only will we know. It simply is a coffee shop or a restaurant where you come in. You can order what you want. You can eat what you want. And the bill is you pay what you can. The bill is, if you can only afford 10, you pay 10. If you can pay 100, you can pay 100. You want 1,000. One man comes into such a place and goes, I want a bill. I want change. The waiter said, but we don't have that. And he was adamant that it's just how it's going to be. And how we get sometimes anal and all of that stuff. So the waiter takes the $100. He doesn't know quite what to do. So he comes back with $110.15. Because the man wants change. He wants to pay. So to work, I thought, when I read this, I thought, to work in such a place, you have to have that ability to think. He didn't bring him $90, which he could very easily have. Because you would have thought, okay, the man is going to say, I want to pay. Yes, you have paid. I've returned you $110.15. So when we think traditional and modern, they're actually not so apart as how I have understood it. Because I find myself marrying these two at all times. Being a Swami of the Saraswati order from the 8th century, but living here in the United States in the year 2021 and having no issues with life at all. Because within myself, I don't have a war. Because the war is not outside, the war is inside. And that's why I love this teaching that I often share. Who you are in the bedroom, who you are in the living room, who are you in the office, who are you in the shopping mall, who you are in the supermarket, who you are on the street, should be the same. And the dilemma exists because we create all these separations. We create all these walls and barriers. And therefore, there is the fight. Modern man is the victim of the very instruments he values most. Every gain in power, every mastery of natural forces, every scientific addition to knowledge has proved potentially dangerous because it has not been accompanied by equal gains in self-understanding and self-discipline. So when we think, what does tradition teach us? Tradition teaches us sanyama, niyama, self-control, discipline. I think it was last Sunday. And we talked about Viveka, Vairagya, Shada Sampat. And everybody loved that. They said, I got so many compliments. So what to talk, what to talk, what to talk. And I always have seen over the years that when I give a proper philosophical talk, everybody loves it. But then I want to ask, how much of it do you follow in life? How much of the Viveka is practiced every single day? How much is the process of discrimination applied in your daily life? How much of the dispassion or detachment is applied in your daily life? How much of those 6 qualities, Shada Sampata? Forget everything else. How much of Shraddha and Samadhana of the 6 qualities do you experience in life? They called it self-belief, Shraddha. Samadhana is contentment. How much of do you find in your life every single day? Yes, Swami Chidananda, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, that was great. It's exactly what I had been reading in the books. Yes, I have my books placed just right. So every day when I sit, I can go, yes, Siddha Marg Volume 1, Siddha Marg Volume 2. Bhagavad Gita, Swami Chinmayananda, Patanjali Yoga Sutras. But then I have to ask myself, how much am I living this truth in my life? And so, a question I asked this past week is, young people call me sometimes and say, my elder who's been living this path, following this path, claiming to be the disciple of Baba Muktananda, doesn't behave like it. So why should I follow it? And then Dana said maybe he could have been worse without having meeting Muktananda. Not him, but that person. I said, I didn't think of that. Maybe by meeting Baba Muktananda tamed that individual. So at least what you see is a better individual than what he would have been had he not been harnessed by the teaching. But the question arises in the minds of my own and many others. How have you changed by these teachings? How are you different? So I'll leave you with that for the next couple of hours to ask yourself. We'll take a break. There should be a drink there, right? If it's not there, it will be there as soon as I stop. So Larry likes it when I say go there, and go there, or go there. Okay? So there is there, and there is there. Hopefully it's warmed up outside a bit. And so we'll take about 20 to 25 minutes to do all that which we need to do and stretch and all of that. And we'll come back for a little over an hour to just sit in this space and meditate. Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.
Mukta Nanda Maha Jaya Sada Guru Jaya Sada Guru Bhagavan मेरे गुरु मुक्तानंद महा जय सद्गुरु मुक्तानंद महा जय सद्गुरु जय सद्गुरु मेरे गुरु मुक्तानंद जय सद्गुरु जय सद्गुरु मेरे गुरु मुक्तानंद महा जय सद्गुरु मुक्तानंद महा जय सद्गुरु भगवान जय सद्गुरु भगवान मुक्तानंद महान जय सद्गुरु भगवान जय सद्गुरु भगवान मेरे गुरु मुक्तानंद जय सद्गुरु भगवान मुक्तानंद महान जय सद्गुरु भगवान जय सद्गुरु भगवान मेरे गुरु महान जय सद्गुरु भगवान मेरे गुरु महान मुक्तानंद महान जय सद्गुरु मुक्तानंद महान जय सद्गुरु भगवान जय सद्गुरु भगवान मेरे गुरु महान जय सद्गुरु भगवान मेरे गुरु महान मुक्तानंद महान जय सद्गुरु जय सद्गुरु भगवान जय सद्गुरु भगवान मेरे गुरु महान मेरे गुरु मुक्तानन्दमा जय सद्गुरु भगवान। मेरे गुरु मेरे गुरु जय सद्गुरु भगवान। जय सद्गुरु भगवान। मुक्तानन्दमा 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 जय सद्गुरु भगवान। मुक्तानन्द जय सद्गुरु भगवान। आरती लीजो अज विनाशी पूर्ण नित्यानंद प्रकाशी पूर्ण मुक्तानंद प्रकाशी आरती लीजो। नवर धरणे आरती थाला चंद्र सूरज दो दीप उजाला। नवर धरणे आरती थाला चंद्र सूरज दो दीप उजाला। अगर चंदन सब धूप विराजे अगर चंदन सब धूप विराजे। झूला में रोचवर तरु राशि आरती लीजो आरती लीजो। अज विनाशी पूर्ण नित्यानंद प्रकाशी पूर्ण मुक्तानंद प्रकाशी आरती लीजो। फूल वनस्पति है ये सारे, सातों सागर जल की झारे। फूल वनस्पति है ये सारे, सातों सागर जल की झारे। गगन अनाहत बाजे बाजे, गगन अनाहत बाजे बाजे। गाजे गडरे यम पासिया आरती लीजो, आरती लीजो। अजविनाशी पूर्ण नित्यानंद प्रकाशी पूर्ण आरती लीजो। चार प्रकार के अन्न गोपाला, सोहि तेरो भोग रसाला। चार प्रकार के अन्न गोपाला, सोहि तेरो भोग रसाला। लोक चतुर्दिश मंदिर तेरो, लोक चतुर्दिश मंदिर तेरो। घट घट आसन स्वयं विकासिया आरती लीजो, आरती लीजो। अजविनाशी पूर्ण नित्यानंद प्रकाशी पूर्ण मुक्तानंद प्रकाशी आरती लीजो। महावाक्य वेदन के जो है, सो तेरो चरणामृत सो है। महावाक्य वेदन के जो है, सो तेरो चरणामृत सो है। सदगुरु पुजारी देव चरणामृत, सदगुरु पुजारी देव चरणामृत। पिए नारे नरवंद विनाशिया आरती लीजो, आरती लीजो। अजविनाशी पूर्ण नित्यानंद प्रकाशी पूर्ण मुक्तानंद प्रकाशी आरती लीजो। ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। मेरा अंतर मेरा मिटा, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। हे योगेश्वर हे ज्ञानेश्वर, हे योगेश्वर हे ज्ञानेश्वर, हे सर्वेश्वर हे परमेश्वर, हे सर्वेश्वर हे परमेश्वर। निज तेरे द्वार पे आए, हम बालक तेरे द्वार पे आए, मंगल दरस दिखाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। मेरा अंतर तिमिर मिटाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। शीश झुकाय करे तेरी आरती, शीश झुकाय करे तेरी आरती, प्रेम सुधा बरसा, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। मेरा अंतर तिमिर मिटाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। अंतर में योग युग से सोए, अंतर में योग युग से सोए, चित शक्ति को जगाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। मेरा अंतर तिमिर मिटाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। की ज्योत जगे हृदय में, सांची ज्योत जगे हृदय में, सोहम नाद जगाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। मेरा अंतर तिमिर मिटाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। जीवन मुक्तानंद अविनाशी, जीवन मुक्तानंद अविनाशी, चरणन शरण लगाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। मेरा अंतर तिमिर मिटाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। मेरा अंतर तिमिर मिटाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। मेरा अंतर तिमिर मिटाओ, सद्गुरु ज्योत से ज्योत जगाओ। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। दूर करो दुख दर्द सब, दया करो भगवान। मन मंदिर में उज्ज्वल हो तेरा निर्मल ज्ञान। जिस घर में हो आरती, चरण कमल चितलाय, तहाँ हरि वासा करे। ज्योत अनंत प्रेम दरिया तहाँ हरि श्रवण करे सत्यलोक सब कुछ दिया आपने भेंट करूं क्या ना नमस्कार की भेंट धर जोड़ूं मैं दोनों हाथ नमस्कार की भेंट धरूं जोड़ूं मैं दोनों हाथ ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् समिद्युवसे वृषन्नग्ने विश्वान्यर्या इडस्पधे समिद्यसे स्वनो वसून्याभर संगच्छध्वं संवदध्वं शम्भो मनासि जानतां देवा भागं यथा पूर्वे सञ्जानाना उपासते समानो मन्त्रः समिति समानि समानं मनः सचित्तमेषां समानं मन्त्रमभिमन्त्र एव समानेन वो हविषा जुहोमि समानि वाकुति समाना हृदयानि वा समानमस्तु वो मनो यथा वासु सहासति हरिः ओम् ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगो शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वगो शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि यतो यतः समी हसे ततो नो अवयं गुरु सन्नः कुरु प्रजाभ्यो भयना पशुभ्यः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सुशान्तिर्भवतु सर्वारिष्टसर्वोपद्रव शान्तिरस्तु सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय.
Thank you again for being with us on this magical day. It is much more than what we hear, what we see, or what we think. We are so very fortunate to have Shanti Mandir. And now a few announcements. The study group is on. Somebody who loves study groups, I invite you, if you haven't and you feel like signing on, you can do it for 3 months, see if you like it. Then you will love it, you do another 3 months. Or you can do the whole year. You can do any way you like. The option is still open. It was great, the first class. And learning in company is much more fun than doing it by oneself, honestly. So that is every 2 weeks, there's a class. There was one then there's going to be another one in 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, like that. And then there's another intensive in February, and another in March. But also, the option is still open if you want to register for the one of January, the new year, which was in India. It has like that masala flavor, all made in India. It's very interesting. Gurudev's talk, as always, amazing. And you get some extras that I won't tell you here. Then we have another in March during the course. So we will have so much knowledge, so much studying, and it's great that here is becoming a center of study, jnana. Then there was, if you see all your emails, there was this guiding light book in PDF format that was sent to everybody who is on the list, So it's for you, it's a gift, it's a pearl from Shanti Mandir. Feel free to share it wide, share it with everybody, and enjoy. Share it with everybody. If you haven't seen it, I'm telling you, look up on your emails. And then Gurudev, Devyani, and everybody there in the Kumbh Mela, we saw some videos. Very interesting place. It looks very clean. It looks very organized. And the main bath, so there's baths there in the Ganges River, you know that? This is a place where 3 rivers, it's a confluence, and it is said that the arrangement of the stars, the constellations, is super, super auspicious. So when I was hearing Gurudev that he says that he puts his puja here, he leaves the gods here, and then he connects psychically. Well, I had this thought, why don't we find the exact time of the main bath, which is on Tuesday, 14, and take a shower or a bath, or at least take with devotion a glass of water to connect with that. That just came here. I think it's a good idea. And yep, that's what's happening. It's a lot. We're always very happy to have you here. So we invite you now to come for darshan and then to share lunch with us, prasad, and see you very soon. Sagurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.